Today I've got lots of very important updates for you. First up, we're going to talk about the very favorite princess venue that is going away. It's being taken off the ships, and people are a little bit worried about that, so I've got what you need to know. We'll be talking about the government shutdown here in the United States, its impact on travel, and what I think it's important for you to know if you are going to be going on a cruise the next little bit, or even traveling truly. We'll also be going over some really important updates that you need to know if you are going to be sailing into or out of Fort Lauderdale this weekend. We're covering a lot of ground today, but I feel like it's all really important, so let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Wednesday. It is November 5th of 2025, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, will you be sure to click on that subscribe button? And if you appreciate my updates, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. I very much appreciate it, so thank you. Now, I want to start at the very top talking about this favorite venue that Princess Cruises has had for a really, really long time, and they are replacing it with another venue very similar, but the Good Spirits bar there on Princess Cruises is being replaced on the entire Princess fleet except for on the Sun Princess and the Star Princess. For now, it sounds like that venue is going to keep that name, but moving forward, people are already reporting that the signs are being taken down, and some people have really been worried about that venue going away. The important thing that you need to know is that that venue is, as far as I know, going to stay the same, except for the name is changing, and it's going to be called Sips at Sea, S-I-P-S at Sea, S-E-A. Alrighty, and doing my research about this and listening to what a lot of people have to say about it, as far as their comments and people sharing things with me, people are a little bit bewildered about this because this is one of the favorite venues of people on the ship. It is usually very nicely situated right next to the International Cafe, so if you want to have a little something to eat with your drink, you can do that. They offer beverages, whatever pretty much you want to drink, they're going to have there. They've got blenders to do the blender drinks. They've got the soda fountain to do soda drinks. They've got a refrigerator if you want a can of soda. They also have, they do the cocktails, the mocktails, all the alcoholic beverages. And the other thing I love about it is all of the ones that I have been in, and I'm trying to think back to the Star Princess. I don't remember, so I'm going to have to track it down on this next cruise. It is really nicely situated next to windows. And so, maybe I do remember it on the Star, but anyway, it is so nicely situated that it's a beautiful place to sit. You can see the piazza from it. You can see out the window. A lovely place to spend your time. It is popular from early in the morning until very late at night. And so as people see the signs coming down, they're worried, but they're just changing the name. But do you want to know why? Here is why Princess is changing the brand recognized Good Spirits to Sips at Sea. It says the Sips at Sea program is part of Princess's new strategy to introduce celebrity-curated beverage experiences across their fleet. So there you go. And looking back at this, I think that it really goes back. We've had a lot of beverage announcements from Princess lately. So they didn't announce Soda Cape, but it's going on. But then also there's, they talked about how they are introducing all of these non-alcoholic wines and cocktails, all of this that'll be available on board. They also, it's been quite some time, but they talked about how they are wanting to add more and more beverages done by the mixologist Rob Floyd. And so looks like this is what they feel they need to do in order to bring those drinks and offerings on board. So it'll be fun to see what they change about it, if they change anything with the actual venue. Keep your eye out for me and let me know what it looks like at the ships you're on, and I will do the same. Okay, next up, let's talk about the flight delays and TSA delays that we are seeing in a lot of places here in the United States due to the U.S. government shutdown. And I think there's a few things that it's really important for you to know as you think about this. So far, and I have really spent a lot of time, probably more time than I should have, looking at major airports across the United States, seeing what those delays look like and what cancellations look look like due to the impact of the shutdown. So here's what I found. There are not cancellations that are attached directly to the shutdown. I see ones that they say are for weather, that are from mechanical reasons, things like this, but there are a lot of delays. Now, I feel very fortunate. If you followed along there, in the last couple of weeks, I've flown a lot in the United States for family things, and I was really fortunate that my flights went on time and everything was okay. I did not have extra long lines at the TSA, but we are deeper into the shutdown now. So here's what you need to know. First of all, plan extra time. You have to plan extra time. You need to go to the airport way earlier than you would usually go to the airport. Bring a book to read, bring your laptop so you can do your work, whatever it is that you can spend your time. If it ends up that the TSA lines are not bad and you end up at your gate way sooner than you expect, just bring something to do, but definitely go early. Tomorrow morning, we are going to go to the airport super early just in case there are long TSA lines. The other thing that you need to think about is like when you get back from your cruise, I know that sometimes people look at the times the flights are available back to where they live and they think, well, you know what, I don't want to stay here until 7:30 at night. I'm going to take that 10 o'clock flight. I can zip from wherever it is at the port. You know what? Really think through that and keep an eye on how things are going as it gets closer to your flight, okay? Because I am hoping that the politicians on both sides pull it together soon and solve this and get the government back open again. But you don't know what's going to happen. And so really keep an eye on it. And if you need to move your flight to one later in the day, do that. I would so rather have a seat on a later flight than miss my flight and then have a hard time getting a seat on a later flight. So keep that in mind. The next thing that I want to make sure that you're aware of is how insurance plays into this. As you all probably know from following along, we've got our Love Boat Group Cruise coming up. Sails out of Galveston on November 16th. So we are getting really close on that cruise, not even 2 whole weeks left anymore. And so people are wondering, if I'm worried about flights, should I go ahead and cancel the cruise? You need to pay attention to what your insurance covers, okay? I'm not familiar with your insurance, so you need to look at what your insurance covers. The thing that I love about Princess Insurance, we're going to talk about Princess since it is a Princess cruise that I'm telling you about. With the Princess Insurance, if you have to cancel your cruise, you submit your information through the insurance. It's processed by Aon, just like it is for the other cruise lines. But you submit it. If they okay it, then they give you your money back. If they don't okay it, then Princess gives you a future cruise credit for the amount of your cruise. And it's really sweet what they do with your flight. Your Easy Air flights as well. And so that's what I know happens when you do it with Princess. But there's a lot of different kinds of travel insurances, and they cover things differently. So if you're really worried about that or thinking you're going to do it, you might want to call your insurance and see what they say about canceling for reasons like that. Because a lot of times I fear that's not a valid reason for canceling your cruise, is thinking you're going to miss a flight, right? And so make sure that you think through all of this if you're going to consider canceling your cruise. You might consider going a day early if you have flexibility in your schedule and can easily change your flights. That gives you some time for some really long delays if you need to. Going on the Love Boat Cruise, I don't have that luxury. We're getting off the ship in Fort Lauderdale Saturday morning, flying to Houston, and getting on the ship on Sunday morning. So I am just going to really hope and pray that our flights work out okay. So let me know what it looks like for all of you. And like I said, I've looked at lots of airports. Houston, I looked at Washington, D.C., Las Vegas, San Francisco, Seattle. I looked at O'Hare, Detroit, Newark, Boston, and JFK, and of course Salt Lake, because this is where I live. But all of them going through in the last 48 hours, they have not talked about any cancellations linked to the shutdown. It is all delays. Okay, that's good news, at least, right? I think that's pretty good news. So just wanted you to think about all of that as you consider where you stand today. Now, what's going to happen in Port Everglades there? That's what they call the port in Fort Lauderdale. On this Friday, which happens to be the day that we get to board the Star Princess, November 7th, there are going to be seven ships in port there in Fort Lauderdale, and they are very much projecting that there are going to be heavy traffic delays. So it's kind of fun. I'll tell you what the ships are that are going to be in port right now, but I also want you to know that the officials are telling everyone, whether you're getting off the ship and you've got to go to the airport, or you're going to go take that bright line and you've got a ticket for it, whatever your transportation is, it is at a set time, get off early and get to the plan extra time so that you get to where you need to go on time. If you are coming to the ship, also plan extra time. Along with that, they want to make sure that everybody knows, and I'm thinking, if you live there, you probably know this, and if you have an Uber driver or taxi driver, they probably know it as well, but I don't know this. I don't live there, and so I wanted to make sure that everybody knows if you're going in, you're going to park, or you get an Uber driver that, I've had Uber drivers that are amazing there, and then I've had a couple that I don't really know that they knew what they were doing. And so there are 3 different entrances there to the port in Fort Lauderdale. There's the Southeast 17th Street and Eisenhower Boulevard. That is adjacent to the Broward City Convention Center, and it is closest to Terminal 2, okay? So know where your ship is going out of. They've got US 1 and Federal Avenue and Spangler Boulevard. It says it's also called State Road 84. It is south of Terminal 2 between berths 7 and 8. So pay attention on that. And then there's also the I-595 and McIntosh Road. It's just north of the airport, and at the south end of the port, it is closest to Terminal 26. So I hope that helps a little bit if you're going to be sailing out of Port Everglades on Friday. Also, to go along with this, I wanted to tell you what ships are in port because I think it's really fun. Princess is going to have 3 ships in port. They've got the Caribbean Princess, the Island Princess, and the brand new Star Princess. All 3 of them will be taking on passengers that day. They've got Royal Caribbean's got 2 ships in port. They've got Liberty of the Seas and Radiance of the Seas. Holland America has the Rotterdam in port. And finally, Celebrity has their brand new XL ship. I hope I get to see it. They are not taking on passengers yet. They are going to be they're still taking on crew. And they're going to be doing a sailing November 9th that I think it is probably a preview cruise with people from the company on board that ship, but I'm really excited to see her. So if I get some pictures, I'll share them with you. But yeah, it's really exciting. I find it very exciting. Let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments if you're going to be sailing out of Fort Lauderdale this weekend, and which cruise line you're going to go on. Let me know what other questions you've got. I really look forward to reading your comments, especially the thing about where you're trying to fly, what cruise you're trying to take, and what plans you're making to have, to be as sure as possible that you can get on the cruise that you're planning. So thanks so much for joining me today. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.